Ark.
Salvation first.
Ark.
On the way to heaven.
Ebusia for Osmani Morrison here.
My family, this is Messenger Morrison.
For you metonye sumo for Morrison here.
Me no kasa fa odimani anase odima for.
I'm talking about intercessors or intercessory.
Melenu ponye petanya ameyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedodora to.
Odimani anase odima for eya nkrofo a won so wode no eya ofre a efri nyankopon.
An intercessor or intercessors are also callers or calling according to God's purpose.
Ameyo kenye nyakoda kotope gbedodora yawo enye amade kem yoyo mofe yoyo nye eyawo pedo wo mole.
Odimafo anase edimafo eya nkrofo a woso mu yie papa ewo onyankopon anim.
An intercessor or intercessors are equally important in the sight of God.
Ameyo ke khoyanda akona mo pe gbedodora yawo onya amade ke mo fe nkuno oji.
Se wo yo osofo a the moment a wobenya osofo frɛ nyame frɛ no wo de saa odima dwuma ye automatically ebeka ho dem out.
Once you are called to be a pastor, automatically you have the calling as an intercessor as well.
Eyi kene ko mo fe yoyo be na ko mo fe doya ya lo sofo doya. Nu si anu de si ada yoyo ya lo nyakoda ko ya ekpede una o.
Na adofo no ekame akwaye se odima adwuma ye no even asofo kura wonim ho mfaso pa ne bebre enhye dem won.
It looks like the work of an intercessor. Even the pastors who know about it do not recognize them at all.
Doko abe nukpokpo no yebe ameyo kenye nyakoda ko fe gbedodore ya wa doko labe omola obumu e sofo gede ha mela obumu.
Na mema wate asese wo wiase nyina no adwumaku a wo ho wo mfaso na wo wie peye pa wo wiase nyina eye odima ni ana edimafo.
I want you to understand that the very calling, which is very important, is that of an intercessor or intercessors.
Medio magbona le fien le mo fe yoyo ikoko yo amo kata e yanye veveto alo kenye sesento anye ameyo kenye nyakoda koto pe gbedodora yawo.
Se wo yo osofo na obetimi aye nyame adwuma yie o. Se we bie wo company no betimi akoso. Ade bia wo ye wo wiase se be wie peye pa egina odimani ana edimafo so.
If your pastoral work will be complete and if you have a company which will succeed, it all depends on an intercessor or intercessors.
Nenye amade ikele sofo dowom enya amade ikedo dowo fe ganga lo dode woma elebe na kpo pede unto kenya meyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedodora to a no wa pede wu.
Na so ekame akoye se odimani ana odimafo a wo wiase no yemu won yemfa hon ye hwe na yehu se omo ye adwuma esonso.
But these intercessors are not recognized, and sometimes it looks like we do not even know what they do at all.
Ameyo kenye nyakola koto ya wa doko labe omola obumu omonya edokakra wom ulo.
Sa odimafo na edimafo ene nkrofo a ye fro ho mpaebo mu akofo.
The name we give to this intercessor or intercessors is prayer warriors.
Nko ekami yona ameyo onye ameyo ke do gbedade amota alo abawla fe gbedodora to ya o.
Wo ye akofo kese papa ewo mpaebo mu.
They are great warriors in prayers.
Onye ameyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedodora unsentoi.
Na mame pesa wote ase ne se esense nimpa bebre ehu sa nkrofo yi wo boa wosom ewo wiase nyina nti no ende ama bebre edewani ekodi dwudwu momachi.
Because we do not recognize the work of the intercessor or an intercessor, it has made a lot of people to pay attention to the juju men instead.
eke moko susuko pere ameyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedodora yata eyata amegede okodo kokodare vudu alojo toji.
Se wiase nyina behu say prayer warriors or a prayer warrior and also say intercessor or intercessors, they are more important in the sight of God. Where yankrofo wo sombo pa wo nyankopon anim na ye di obuo ane eni die pa mo ne hu adwuma wo ya yankonkoje occultic powers.
If we recognize the work that an intercessor or intercessors do and respect them as they should be respected, then we will not go for occult powers.
Na yeme mi kwe kodo desi pa be mi anovi yo kenye gbedodora ha woti alo nyakoda akoto pe gbedodora ya ne mi buo be ole de wona mi a omo ya ba ko ejoto pe nu se akona de ke wo mu yo.
Na mamenchro won dwumadi a nyame de hodi.
I want to tell you what God is using them to do.
Me di o ma fi ope do de kai ke mo le ozam kolo wo mi.
Obi a oye odimani ana odimafo wayan krofo a wasombo to say a doctor for pepepe.
An intercessor or intercessors are equally important as doctors.
Doko olabe ameyo nyakoda akoto pe gbedodora doko olabe onya amenkuta abe mi anovi atika wa doctor wene.
Unim say edu baby mpo na a doctor for so bi yare na yare no bro wo so a otumi ka say we dia mon kwahwehwe empaebo bia bi ana empaebo ni bi na monfa enkote nanim.
Sometimes in the case of doctors, when the treatment is beyond them, they ask that you seek prayers from an intercessor.
Eyado inenya be dono de ide koji o wo humele takpo ne wa doctor olo nurse wo to gbona be yi sofo de gba lo ide solo de meno wa pe no wa do gbada pele o.
Yare bebre a doctor for na ebro wo so a ya hye nimpa ne mpo da se erenche obewu a nyankopon nam odimani ana odimafo so agye sa ankrofo no wote ase.
There are so many people whose ailments were beyond control that doctors couldn't handle anymore and declared them, but through the prayers of an intercessor or intercessors, they were healed.
Amegedo pe do ikelo la nyina na ekesese o wo bu odokpo eyata na ebo ba academia no vi o kenye gbedodora ha woti ya alo me kenya koda akoto ya na yebo ogade oji a mo ko asidi okpona ka ya.
And into my first akwan we so etu a doctor for nyina se obi a hwehwe intercessor ana intercessors a ebinom ye asofo baako na onfa ne ho mbata no ho amonya case eyeden a ode ato nani ma na abo adem paibo.
So I want to advise all doctors to have an intercessor or intercessors as partners so that anytime they have difficulty in treating, they will consult them.
Medioma kono no vinye konye doctor tobe nenye be enye doctor jagba na ti sofo ede ike ma wo pense le ja lo nye nyakoda kope gbedodora ya nenye be eledo e o pekawa wato a contact wa pedo.
Unim say odimafo ana odimani etire bia adwuma lawyer for ye no won so nyame fa wo so ye.
Do you also know that the work that an intercessor or intercessors could do, lawyers could also do same?
Enya be edo ekemia be nyakoda akoto o wona do ma kemia no vi a lawyer o ha o wona
Empa bebre ni a lawyer fo anya case nsem bia ye din na omadia enyeye na wodokoto odimani ana odimafo no manim no wotumi di mai ema case no tumi koda baby ya wose koda.
There are so many instances where lawyers and judges have had cases beyond their control and had to consult an intercessor or intercessors, and just when they intervened, everything was under control.
nya jojo da o joko ide mi no vi lawyer lo jeje ogbo ike o wo bu odokpo ka ke ike okonya kofe nyakoda akoto fe gbedodora ya gbo a o je agba ma o gede me e wo potane
Enti no lawyers bebre no asam abro wo so no odimafo tumi di ya mane ye dia and na say lawyer bi asusu nya odimani ana dimafo no a bi no mo ya asofo ene ho ye nkabom.
If lawyers could not do what an intercessor could do, then it means they also need the help of these intercessors so that they help them to do their work better.
Nenye be mia novi lawyer o ma to wo edoike wo mia novi kenye gbedodora ka woti ya o ma to wa me die ma kro no le fie ya be nenye be enye lawyer jagba na ko amada lo jagba na gere ameyo kenye nya ko da ko pe gbedora ya no akpeden wo
wodom omo abiebie adwuma anase adwuma akase ano mpenifo ene wo ma wo fa nkrofo wo adwumam empa bebre ni a wode nwoma bobọ kromu se ye pa adwuma yefo.
Those who have established their own companies and chief executive officers and the employees, there are so many instances where they put posters out that they are looking for workers.
Amegedo wa ole edodin beno yo wa amegedo nye dola gangan amegedo do pe do po amegedo ko agbaleka keko dare gbon be yo le dodin beno yo wa wo.
Ena nipa bebre no won so a wo pa adwuma omo ayaya wonya adwuma wo hu intercessor ana se odimani ana odimafo no no ene omo anya adwuma.
And there are so many people who are also looking for jobs but could not get it until they met an intercessor or intercessors, and now they have jobs doing.
Amegedo le edodin beno yo wa o mepodo no wa kake ikokope kuke kovena ameke onye nyakoda kope gbedodora ya ke mo gede ma opodo lo.
Ene ntino employees ntumi mfa nkrofo adwumam adwuma mu mpanifo ntumi mfa nkrofo adwumam agise odimafo aboa bebre e de ho awura adwumam ansa na omo anya adwuma yefo.
So employees cannot employ workers, and company owners can also not employ workers, but an intercessor or intercessors can help such people to get jobs.
Ameyoke do fo ameyoke nye ole company gangade ma o ma to ko ameyoke nye dola o kebun ameyoke nye nyakoda kope gbedodora ya yo bun le gbedonda o la mo ko ndo pe do fo.
Hwe obi mo de won ho to won pilot de oka wiemu hyen obi no tumi de won ho to won drivers de oka won efom hyen aso na mbom no mpa bebre so dimafo na ndi ama won a wiemu hyen ni tumi de won bɔ ho kai ni tumi de ho pem ema wowu gisa odimani ne katron say be sintimo yesei.
Many people rely on their pilots and drivers, but I want to tell you that until the intervention of an intercessor or intercessors to tell them or direct them as to what they should do, you could get an accident or there could be a plane crash.
Amegedo kopo monu pokoko dare aya mepukula oji amegedo kopo monu pokoko dare no vi driver oji kakeme die magbona be nenye mia no vi okenye gbedodora alo nyakoda kope gbedodora hati egbona be egbe akpa foku a ke elebeno na no wato.
And it is bebre no odimani ana odimafo ambo mpa ya mfa ma wo mpo a se na o driver ni meka bia no odo obekọ akwanya accident gisa nyame na modimafo so agi wo firi owo mu.
Most of the times, if an intercessor or intercessors do not pray on your behalf or intercede on your behalf, your driver might crash and you will die.
Nenye be nyakoda kope gbedodora medo gberande tawa yonda nenye be edogwa ne mekponyo akpo afoku.
Wonim so obi no mkofa sojafo policefo say security officers say wo mobo wo ho ban wo bra wo mada.
Do we know that some employ soldiers, police and security personnel just to protect them or guide them when they are asleep?
Amegoro komia no vi povito soja o alumia no vi security to benova joyo be ko na yo ko mulan.
Na wonim say wonya odimani ana odimafo no mo bom pa ya ma wo a eno no betumi abon ho ban bebre asense ne nipa ba hwe so.
But do you know that with the help of an intercessor or intercessors interceding on your behalf, it can even protect you or guide you more than you even need?
Nenye be ekpomia no vi kenye gbedodora ha woti alonya koda akope ka woti ya o le gbedodora nde etawo esia ya akpede wunto.
Minimo bi ana wada na owo krofo a wonwe no na nani ba no hoso no na akromfo adi tuo si ne so e woni dem.
I know someone who was fast asleep and had security men guiding him, but before he could wake from his sleep, there were guns being pointed at him in his room.
Menya amanda ike emulan ike omulan voa mian of you kenye fiafiwa over garage court to dareji leye mama ha American security ale tepema ujo afia mo garage
onyame mo banmo eso sin nimpa mo banmo anameboa.
The protection from God is far better than that from human. Isn't it true?
Maufa amegbono na lolowu mi amegbetoto.
Mamenka one more mochra ade from lecturers and teachers and madams. When was so be atumi achra de ema abofra honhom fam ne yi ne tirima adwene na abada.
I want to talk about lecturers, teachers, or madams. Have you realized or noticed that they can teach, but that of a particular student or student could not have that retentive memory to contain everything that they have been taught, but the madam cannot retain that memory.
Melenu pocho mi no vie kenye teacher ntu alonyo luton be yado ya no nufia school viola school homa amegede wa omelenu onyamo eyika odo obesusu da letame for teacher matofia no hu obesusu ma wo de da letame wa gagbotro avan
Enti school for ko school awofo amode mo ma ko school se munya odimani ana odimafo a wode mpaebo time mo ma no akira mo ma no adesua wonim de atumi wie peye.
So parents, your words will be going back to school. I want to advise that if you happen to get an intercessor or intercessors to help them intercede on their behalf, their education will be successful.
Mia jilao mia vio gale gbogboge aide school eya tamediema gbona fie be ne be edi ameyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedora eye okata ole gbedora le viota obesusu ayingo
Odimani ba kope ana odimafo esombo ewotumi sen abosom nketenkete.
One intercessor or intercessors have the power over smaller or lesser gods.
Amede kanye nyakoda ko alo amegbogbo kenye nyakoda kope gbedora unsele owu ameyo kenye vuduto.
Enti no se nianyame ama no kwan te so osofo owo saa odima dom no prekopa obenya ofre ewotumi se abosom ne ahohommone bebredi a.
So if a pastor who has been called by God and has the intercession or intercessors calling, it has more powers than that of lesser gods or smaller gods.
So for ike mo yo beneva wa yipedo zireka mo pe nyakoda kope gbogboma ekwene kokpeden eta o so fuma unsela so owu etron ma o.
Ma menchira wa ade bi. Onyame ne papa ofiri Nyankopon waka osoro asam wo ho. Otumi de information ehintasem ene news bebre nipa esen journalist.
A very powerful or true man of God who knows the gospel and teaches or preaches the gospel is the one that brings out more information than even a journalist can do.
So for ike choma ugba alo so for ike unsele esia mawu de na ngagala de go fiana eya mawu mia no vioke gbona news.
Me ba bonten ba ka kire say second beast abawi ase na opese o mani nyina dane technology gadget de chip ne electronics nyama ba fa nimpa bra bo nyina no mu okay.
I came out to prophesy or to talk about the fact that the second beast is out and his aim is to make sure that everything is electrolyzed. Do you remember that one too?
Meva egotava gbona mi be abosam velia edidi va ko efe don na ko ve be ava agbelenu mi don kujia.
Ene se ma bonten ya osanchiro ni ntumi nka ho asem na mom no de Nyankopon ankasa afre no so osampa kani no oda na di kire no ma ne ka ho asem.
With such news, until it's out there, a journalist cannot break it. But with a true man of God, God reveals such news to them so that they bring them out.
Nuagala ya medego kofie mi no vi yo ken le news go le TV jo kaka mau de kofie mi ato alo mi abe sofo e o dego ko gbona mi.
Ene ntimi bisa odi a obo di man pai bode maw ɔsɔfo a ɔbɔ di ma mpaebɔ de ma wo onipa bi ɔde no ho wetu no ho si wo sɛ ɔbɛbɔ di ma mpaebɔ de ama wo ɛdɛn na ayɛ a woyɛ no.
So I want to ask you this question. A pastor who has accepted to intercede on your behalf, and a group of people or someone who has come out willingly to intercede on your behalf, what do you do for such persons?
Mediema gbana be sofo ike khonyanda akona alo sofo ike do gbada khonyanda akona alo ameyo kenye gbedodora hawoti ya nyakoda akoto gbedodora ya no kai na wona na alo susu kai na bu na chowu
sɛnea yɛbu adwuma ahorow a ɛwɔ wiase nyinaa no moma yɛnsua sɛ yɛde obuo ne anidie a ɛkyɛn so moma yɛnsua sɛ yɛbɛsponsor yɛbɛboa wɔn a wɔbɔ odi ma mpaebɔ de ma yɛn yɛbɛhwɛ ho yie yɛtua ho ka na yɛrema hwee ahia wɔn na wɔn nso de akoma pa ne anigye ɛde abɔ odi ma mpaebɔ ɛde ama yɛn.
Just as we recognize or respect the kind of creators, that is the companies and jobs that we have in this world, let's make sure that we take care of an intercessor or intercessors and sponsor them and support them and help them and value them as well.
ele kemi buna dola yokele dowom alo amenkuta ele kemi buna ocho de lemena wa mediema gbona afia be cho de lemena ameyo ke kwanyada akope gbedodoro yawo na buo na kpoji na kpota nenu lasi wana now.
Therefore, let us learn to support, help, sponsor, and value our intercessors and preachers more than before Creator governs the world with his representatives. They are made patch and say, Moma yensua say, Yepepua, Yefrikuma pem, betua wonka. Yefiri kuma pembe hwe won yeri ma won mo ye odima ewe ya bra bom no ehon kyere won esan say the teacher fo ntumi aye the doctor fo ntumi aye the lawyer fo ntumi aye the prison officers ntumi aye the nipa bebre ntumi aye no odima fo a eye asofo ne prayer warriors any intercessors to me ye e ma na bro so ya bra bom.
Mediwe magbona le fie ya be ameyo kenye nyakoda kope gbedodora ya wa mediwe mi akafe nawo mi akololo nawo mi abuo mi achodele me nawo mi afrenu ne mi atio elabena nu edo eke womla enye do sesede ento elabena mi anovio kenye doctor wo edo eke bana gbo omoto danawa ameyo wa odu ogborabe okpona etane.
Oman mu mpanifo tumi fa sojafo policefo se won mo oman ne ho ban ene nimpa wo oman ne mu ho.
The president employs soldiers and policemen and security men just to protect our country and the people who are residing in it.
Yape duko meto ocho no yape soja o alo police wo bene jogana duko ya wo.
Nanso minim oman a emu omanpani ene mpanifo apaw intercessors ana intercessor se momunjina ana jina na bodi mampaebo fabtai maban ene oman ni nyina akiri da.
But I don't know of any president who has employed the work of an intercessor or intercessors just to intercede on behalf of his government.
Enyi mekanadie dukplo ladeke eko ameyo kenye nyakoda ako beno wa dogbara wa kpede yobe yipe dukpokplo alo yipe duko eke kplomula alo fie eke dumula na wa iji.
Onyankopon ambo oman no ho ban anhwe nimpa wo mu a ban mbofo no mo wo hwe won wo ye no kwasa na nyame asamo se.
Except God protects the people in a country and the country at large, those who govern or those who protect that country do it in vain.
Nenyebe maupe amen bebe lemia ojia ameyo kenye amobe yo lemia takpoma ope dona mato abiji.
Economy builder, economy sustainer, the economic grower is Almighty God. Nia oma omai montoto ye sikasam na ade nyina akoyie eya yeneja onyankopon wo wosoro na ofa ne nkrofo so na sofo so ena odidi saa dwuma ofa ne prayer warriors so ena odidi saa dwuma no.
Amerike kpona miata nana gami kpane miole nuo kata ma enye miape mawu kpona miata le nuo kata me ekpe be sofu yo kle ameyo kenye gbedododa ha otia o
dia wogi di se oye intercessor ana intercessors no fa besade bi to won anim na so otumi bom pa ye bo ma ye yie dia so wo mu ye.
Whoever you recognize as your intercessor or intercessors, make sure to put a case before them, and if they are able to intercede on your behalf, make sure to take very good care of them.
Amerike nekpo be enye gbedodora la alo Amerike nekpo be enye nyakoda kope gbedodora jagba na kokuke de ka kodare egbo wa dogbara de tano ne yebe edogbara evama jagba na ko wonku dare ji na kpo ya tana lebene.
Osman Morrison ne obetimi a WhatsApp me ana wa frame 0247701364.
This is Messenger Morrison. You can call or WhatsApp on 0247 701364.
Enye small for Morrison ya nyepe moka pojesi 0247 701364.
God bless you all.
Onyame nhyira mo nyinaa.
Mo na ira miakata.